All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah. I'm a librarian here at Middle Country Library. I wanted to introduce Amy, who will be doing today's program, Mindful Meditation. She'll be talking about the chakra system as well. So if you have any questions, please use the chat feature at the bottom of the screen. Amy also says that you can unmic yourself if you wanted to chat instead of, talk instead of text, which is perfectly fine with me. And I believe, Amy, if you wanted to talk about this, you also don't mind if people share their video also, if you feel comfortable with that. So, Amy, you can take it away. I will go away now, but I will be here monitoring the chat, okay?
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to be here on this particular day, the first day of spring. I think it was at 5:30 a.m. this morning that it actually hit. And I thought about the chakra system because when we connect to different physical, emotional, and spiritual centers, we can kind of release different aspects of ourselves that are holding us back. And we could also bring energy to different aspects of ourselves that help us to move forward in our life. It's all about releasing blocks and moving forward, bringing in energy, releasing energy so that we can come into balance. And all of the spiritual meditative practices are pointed towards bringing ourselves into balance, our mind and body together into balance. So we could ultimately experience more freedom in our life. And being that it is vernal equinox, that's what gave me the prompt to talk about the chakras, because as we know, the vernal equinox is when the day and the night are exactly equal. And the vernal equinox, I'll just turn to the next slide here. The vernal equinox is different than the autumn equinox because, of course, we're moving into energy. We're moving from a fallow kind of indoors, winter, low energy period into the fiery energy of spring and summer, where the fall equinox, it's the opposite. You're leaving the fiery energetic part of the year and moving into a more mellow, calming as you move into winter. So it's all about balance. And the chakra system is such a beautiful way to meditate. Each chakra, as you can see from this picture on the screen, is a different color. There's a different emotional aspect, and it also corresponds to the physical location. So in other words, an easy way to explain it would be if your heart chakra, that green center, is blocked or excessive, or there's too much or too little energy there, you might be physically kind of closed in. You might feel depressed. You might be, you might not feel like you're really being loved in the appropriate way. You might not really love all of yourself. You might experience heaviness in the chest. You know, if you're experiencing great grief or sorrow, you might have that saying of, my chest feels heavy, you know, under complete stress, you might feel like there's a brick on your chest, right? So when the heart chakra is balanced and open, the shoulders are back, the air flows in and out. Each chakra has an element. The heart chakra has air. It has everything to do with love and compassion. So it all makes sense, right? Each chakra governs a certain area in your body. And we'll talk about that. And I'd like to take you through a meditation on each chakra just to bring yourself into balance. What else do I have here? Yeah, so this is just another kind of picture and just letting you know that the connections to each chakra emotionally. So the root chakra is connected to earth, and it's your basic trust in your survival, really. It's your connectedness to the earth, your feeling of being grounded within all the movement of life, your basic needs. So like shelter, food, you feel like you're being met in those areas. And then the sacral chakra is the color orange, and that is the element of water. So this is your emotional center, your creative center, your sexuality center. It's how we flow between our relationships to everything, to people, to things, and most importantly, how we flow through the transitions in our life. Like how maybe are you feeling now, flowing into the energy of spring. And then we have the solar plexus chakra, which is your power center. It is the place of inner knowing yourself, trusting yourself. It's the place of courage and inner power, right? Your inner power, your ability to discipline, your ability to act on what you know you want to do. And the element of that is fire. And then we come up to the heart, which I talked about already, is the center of love and healing. It governs the lungs. It's the element of air. So it makes sense, right? We breathe in air, we breathe out air, we enliven ourselves, we open ourselves up. And then the throat chakra, blue, is your communication center. So that's, where you express your wants, your needs, your love, you express any anger issues come out here when we block the throat chakra. You might be holding on to something you should say. And it also governs the ears. So the element is sound. So it's about, are you being heard by those you're speaking to? And then we move up to the third eye, which is your awareness center, your intuition and your intelligence, right in the center of your eyebrows. It's that place where you can visualize. Like I'm planning a trip right now for the fall to the Rocky Mountains, and I'm visualizing the trip. Visualization ends up coming down. I'm talking about it, then I begin to act on it, and hopefully it'll become real. And then the top is the crown chakra, which is connected to spirit. It's your spirituality. Whatever religion you are attached to or you practice, whatever deities, whatever spiritual practices you have, maybe prayer, maybe it's walking in nature, connecting to earth, whatever that is, when that chakra is balanced, you are connected. You know that there is a divine grace that runs through your life. So we move from the top to the bottom. So we will begin just by centering into ourselves. So taking a comfortable seat for meditation. Meaning you could be sitting in a chair, right? You could be laying on the ground. You could be sitting on meditation cushions, such as I am. But you want to find what we call in yoga sukhasana. Sukhasana, meaning the seat of ease, taking the seat of ease. Grounded, but alert. Comfortable, but awake. And always should feel a sense of balance where you're sitting or lying down so that you can allow gravity to hold you and you're not fighting against it. Right? You're not leaning a certain way, but you feel like you're being held in the middle. So we begin just by bringing our hands to our heart center. Acknowledging your sacredness, acknowledging that stepping into your inner world is a sacred time that you have carved out in your day. It's a special sacred ritual. And I'm really happy that you decided to join me today, to step into that inner wilderness, to discover, to feel, to enjoy who you are today. So we bow down to ourselves and welcome ourselves to practice exactly how we are. Then release your hands onto your thighs, palms face down in a gesture of just grounding. Feel the energy of your hands resting on your thighs. Take your shoulders onto your back. Press down into the sit bones and lengthen your spine. And just begin to tune into your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. So as you're breathing in, you feel how the breath lifts up on your inhale. We call that apana movement of the breath, moving upwards. Prana, this is prana, prana moving upwards. And as you exhale, we call it apana, moving downwards. Breathing in, feel the breath lifting from that root chakra all the way up to the crown of your head, expanding. And exhale, releasing the breath down. Continuing breathing in, you could also experience a pranic movement from the center of your core moving outward. And as you exhale, drawing it back in. This is another movement of the inner winds. Inhaling, feel the breath expand outwards in a circle from the back, the front, the sides. And on your exhale, it draws back into your core. So it's a giving and a receiving. Breathing in outward. Breathing in, extending it back in. And then focusing on prana, pulling the breath up. And releasing the breath back down. You can involve your hands just to connect even deeper. So you can inhale, lift the palms up. Prana energy rising. And on your exhale, press the palms down. And do that a few times. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Just focusing your mind on the movement of prana and apana. Calming the mind, grounding the body. Now begin to breathe in as you expand outward. Breathe out as you draw back in. Inhale out. Opening up those chakras, and exhale, draw the energy back in. Continue on your own just for one or two more times. Expanding and drawing back in. Then relaxing the hands down. Just notice just a couple minutes of focused breathing, how it can begin to calm the nervous system. We walk around most of our lives in hyperspeed, especially living in New York. We're on a fast pace, and our meditation beckons us to slow down the pace of life. To slow down the pace of life and allow yourself to be present here now So begin to visualize, like the picture I just showed you, the chakra system from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Beginning with the color red at the base of the spine, the color orange right below your navel, the color red right below your sternum. The color yellow right below your sternum, the color green right in the center of your chest, the color blue in your throat, the color indigo in your third eye, and violet just kind of hovering around the top of the head. Begin to see these chakras in a straight line in the center of your body. Breathing prana up from the base to the crown of the head, enlivening, and on your exhale, drawing down, releasing any stress, tension. See the breath moving through each center. Inhaling, draw in energy from the bottom to the top. Breathing out, releasing, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. And then breathing in from the core. Allow that energy to expand outward on your inhale. And on your exhale, drawing it back in. On your inhale, expanding the core of your energy up and down and out. And exhale, drawing it back in. One more time. Inhale, draw the energy, open up, receiving energy in all of your chakras, all of your cells. And exhale, releasing any blocks or heaviness you feel. Releasing your hands. We're going to work with yoga mudras for our meditation today. So the first chakra is earth energy. And you're just going to bring the first finger and thumb together and then rest palms down on your thighs. This is a balancing mudra. It's a grounding mudra. And it works with the root chakra that resides at the base of your spine. And we begin to focus our energy there, right around the tailbone. This chakra governs your sit bones, your legs, your feet, connected to the earth. So begin just to see a little ball of red light beginning to sparkle there, right at the base of your spine. You might begin to sense it spinning. So each chakra spins at a different speed. The dense energy of color red has a higher temperature. It's denser, like the dense stability of Earth. And we begin to connect to Mother Earth, to that stable ground that we walk upon, that gravity that keeps us centered on the surface and we don't fall through. We're connected to the earth. We don't have to fear falling through. We're held by the surface. Breathing and extending the color red. Just see it getting brighter. This is all happening in your imagination, your mind's eye. You're bringing your focus down to the tailbone, beginning to spread that red energy down through the legs, down through the feet, down through your sit bones. You can focus on the Apana breath, focusing on the exhale allowing your roots, visualize red roots beginning to grow down, down deep into the earth, keeping you stable, keeping you safe, keeping you grounded. And as you focus on this aspect of this chakra, notice what comes up in your mind. Do you feel safe? Do you feel grounded? Are you connected to Earth's energy? Without judgment, just notice. One way simply to balance this chakra is to walk barefoot on the earth or to dig in the soil, which spring beckons us to come to the earth, to start, planting and walking and enjoying as everything begins to come alive. The chakras can be out of balance, but they're very easily brought back into balance with our focus and our care. And then we move up to the sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana chakra, it's called in Sanskrit, and it's the color orange. And this is the element of water. It's the flowy, fluid energy of relationships and creativity. It's seated right a couple inches in and below the navel, so it governs all those organs that reside in your pelvis. It governs your hips, your ability to sway and move like water. It houses your emotions and how easily emotions can flow in. We don't create emotions, they just kind of flow in and they can flow out. So we focus on this orange light, a fluid, moving, water-like orange light. And just begin to explore as your pelvis begins to fill with the color orange. How easily do you transition into changes? Do you resist? Do you welcome change? Do you allow your relationships to flow and move into the cycles that it will? One way to balance this chakra is to dance, is to move, create movement and flow. Swimming in water, being in a bath, allowing your creativity to flow, painting, singing, writing, bringing creativity into every problem solving situation. So breathing into this orange light, allow it to flood the whole pelvis. Element of water. Then we move up to the power center, the Manipura chakra, the solar plexus chakra, element of fire, color yellow. Begin to bring your attention there. So the art of meditation is to focus on one thing at one time. We're training the mind to focus. So focusing your mind right below, in between your sternum and your belly button, right in that solar plexus area. And this is the seat of your personal power. The element of fire ignites our energy, like solar energy, solar plexus. It fuels the flame so we can do what we intend to do. We can trust that we have the power to complete our tasks without too much difficulty and tension. We know who we are and what we need to do. The seed of discipline and fire. So begin to see that beautiful yellow light beginning to spin and light up. And this is also known as the core center. This is where your stomach is. So a sign that your power center might be blocked is you have a lot of stomach issues, your stomach's tight, you're not opening up and letting your power flow. You're not owning your own power. One way to balance this chakra is to follow through on any intentions you have for yourself. If you intend to get more exercise and you start following through, that increases your personal power, increases your trust in yourself. If you intend to be kinder or sit in meditation every day for a couple minutes and you do it, you're going to increase that fire because you trust yourself. So begin to just meditate on that element of fire, the fire that transforms. This chakra relates to your relationship to yourself. So focus on that beautiful, heating, nurturing, bright fire. And just see it spreading throughout the whole stomach area, solar plexus area. And then we move up to the heart, the center of the chakra system. 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and we come into balance in the heart. The center is green, beautiful emerald green, like the green we're beginning to see in spring. The element of this chakra is air and governs the lungs and the arms and the hands, how we express ourselves in love and compassion and giving, how we receive love, how we take in compassion, how we're able to receive the love and abundance that's already around us. So breathing in from the bottom, draw up from the 3 chakras to the heart and draw down from the upper chakras to the heart, coming into balance. The heart chakra is all about balance, just like the equinox of today, equal day and night. We connect to both our light and our shadow. We embrace all parts of ourselves so we can embrace that in others. One way to bring this chakra into balance is to ask ourselves, are we balanced in work and play? Do we play enough? Do we work enough? Probably yes. Do you play enough? Do you have solitude enough? Are you with people too much? We balance work and play, solitude and togetherness. We balance our masculine and feminine side, coming into balance, just like today, the equinox. Loving and embracing and accepting all parts of ourselves so we could do that for another. So take a deep breath into the chest. Feel the heart expanding. Take the shoulders back a little bit. Hold the breath high in your chest. You could even place a hand over your heart, hear your heart beating. And exhale with the gratitude of being able to give of yourself. And then we move up to the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, which is the color blue. And it's right around the thyroid area, governs your neck, governs your voice. The element is sound. So it's your ability to speak your truth with compassion and love. It's the feeling of being heard when you speak and communicate. Begin to see a beautiful blue light spinning and releasing any blocks you might have, you might swallow, to let go of anything heavy that you're holding on that you need to say. It's also the center of expressing what you find beautiful, what you find exciting, what you're interested in, your ability to share your spirituality, to talk about what you're feeling, what you'd like to do, what you'd like to create. So see this blue light spinning here, the Shuddha chakra, that vibration of sound. One way to balance this chakra is to sing, to communicate, to talk, to call someone you love, to express your feelings to them, to hear yourself, to listen to others with a focus, to really hear them. And then we move up to the third eye center. This is indigo purple. So you can see light spinning just right in the center of your eyebrows and forehead. And this is your center of intuition. It's where the chakra system, each serpentine, if you've seen the caduceus, the symbol of health, has two snakes serpentining, crossing each chakra and finally crossing at the third eye center, bringing all the wisdom, all the intelligence, all the energy up to your third eye. Your pure, in yoga we would say prajna, pure wisdom. The wisdom that is a feeling of knowing. This is the place where you begin to visualize. It's the place of dreams. Everything that is manifest in the world began with someone visualizing it and believing in it, and then speaking of it and reaching out and talking to people and making it manifest. So this is that center. So see beautiful indigo light beginning to spin there, opening up your pineal gland, the gland of dreaming and visualing, dreams and memories. A way to balance this chakra is meditation. It's getting quiet, taking a solitary walk in nature, and just listening, just being open to internal messages, allowing yourself to dream. So seeing this light expand, we move up to the final chakra, the crown chakra, which is the color violet. And this is the connection to spirit. Often I think of it as a portal that opens up the crown of my head and opens up to the energy of spirit. Whatever you choose to call your higher power, God, spirit, energy. This is our connection to know that there is a divine plan at work in our lives, in the world. Even if we can't understand it, our human minds can't understand it. We trust that spirit has our back and we listen for guidance. So begin to see this beautiful violet light beginning to kind of hover around you like a portal to the spiritual world. To balance this chakra, we could sit in prayer. We could open up to the sky. We could listen for messages from our ancestors, or if you believe in that kind of thing, spirit guides. Just allow that energy to come in from the top. Begin to now to bring all the chakras in focus. You could visualize a beautiful golden thread from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. The thread descends into the earth on the bottom and ascends into the sky on the top. And you begin to see all the chakras spinning equal size: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, spinning together in balance between earth and sky. Gently begin to visualize the thread disintegrating and the chakras recede back into the deep recesses of your body, protected, open, and balanced. And as we are in this day of vernal equinox, take note of the balance in nature. When we create the right atmosphere within ourselves, when we feel grounded, we let our emotions flow, we own our personal power, we allow our heart to be open, we say what we need to say, we listen to others, we allow ourselves to visualize and connect to spirit. Balance finds a way. Balance wants to seek itself. So as we move into this next cycle, we're moving into an energetic time of year. So just take note of that and rest in this balance, this beautiful day of equal day and night. Letting go of stress, fear, tension. Just allow yourself to be in this beautiful, auspicious time when the world opens up, where things are growing and hope begins to blossom in our hearts and minds. Just notice how you feel. Hear your breath. And any time during your day where you feel life is speeding up too much, you can step back, take a few breaths, and remember your internal environment. 3 deep breaths will bring you right back where you are now. You could bring your palms together and just honor your practice, honor your efforts this morning. Thank you so much for being with me. I bow to the divine, to the light within each one of you. Namaste. If anybody has any questions, comments, you could just